Hello, writers. John here, and welcome to week 5 of our exploration of the use of exposition in fiction. Since we're almost at the halfway mark of this course, we're going to shift gears a bit this week and start to dig a little deeper under the surface of the broader topic of this course. Think about some specific techniques and aspects of exposition so that you can put them to work in your own fiction. We're going to start that with backstory, which simply put is everything that has happened before the moment you're reading about in any given story. But that definition is really too broad to be practical. So you do have some reading resources this week that will give more specifics and help you understand how important backstory is for authors, and also how to integrate it into your own narratives. Now, I'd be willing to bet that you can all think of a reading experience, perhaps a film or TV watching experience, when the story just seemed to screech to a halt because the author or the screenwriter suddenly felt the need to explain things, to put all of the character development or plot progress on pause just so they could provide you a little relevant history, without which the next events in the story would make no sense. This is a really sloppy and artless way to insert backstory, and it's jarring because it pulls the reader out of that dreamlike suspension of disbelief, which is the mark of great fiction. Now, that being said, the use of backstory is essential in almost all fiction. It provides the foundation for our characters and scenarios. It's the starting point for our characters' journeys, and it enables us to understand and appreciate the changes that they go through in the course of our tale about them. And there are ways to insert backstory that don't interrupt the flow of your story, ways that are barely noticeable to the reader, that are almost like little nuggets of discovery, moments in which they learn something about a character's past or about important shaping events, and give the reader a sense of personal accomplishment themselves, one of those so-called aha moments that pull them deeper into the narrative and make them eager to continue reading. So this week's tasks are, first, to learn to recognize backstory for what it is, and to think about elegant, nuanced ways to reveal it. And then second, think about how you've used it in the past, and whether there might be other, better approaches to try as you grow as a writer. So we do have a discussion this week about backstory, but there's also another important assignment in which you will workshop each other's creative writing samples from last week. Now, I'm sure many of you have participated in writing workshops prior to this class, but I'm a big fan of this kind of peer review, and I just want to provide a couple of opportunities in this class to practice what I think is a really important skill. It's a chance to practice collaborating and supporting each other, and I hope you will all be generous and respectful with your feedback to your peers. Look for things that you can complement in each other's work. Also look for ways to help strengthen that work too. Workshopping at this level is not about correcting grammar or spelling. It's more about whether we're communicating the overall message that we desire in an organized and clear fashion. So if you don't understand something, then ask a clarifying question of the author. If you have a suggestion about organization, make it. And when it comes to being on the receiving end, remember that you don't have to incorporate every suggestion that someone makes. But it's an opportunity to look at your work through others' eyes and make sure that your vision is coming through the way that you want it to. So I hope you enjoyed this week. I look forward to the discussion and seeing how you guys interact with each other in the workshop. And as always, reach out via email if you have any questions or concern, and have a great week.